Greetings from Gdańsk! Today we will show you authentic and modern places of Poland's maritime capital, apart from the old town. Pour yourself a cup of tea, get ready for the virtual journey, and let's get started. Our first location is the Modern Space Forum Gdańsk. We couldn't pass by this place because it has an unusual design, both outside and inside. The Forum is a modern place where you can have fun, relax and shop. A cool idea of the Forum is green spaces that takes up a third of its area, which makes the space stand out and makes it incredibly cozy. All that Forum greenery is a kind of unique ecosystem in the center of Gdańsk, and the highlight of this ecosystem is the Raduni Canal, which flows through trading space. Also, this space has a terrace, where in summer it's probably very cozy, because there is greenery and you can look at the old city. And in general, if you look, then there are such buildings here. It may seem that there are different buildings, but in fact it is all one space, well, or a shopping center, even so founders don't call it that. It is worth saying that the Forum has all the popular shops where you can make shopping, there is a very large selection of places to eat, and the space itself is especially calm when there are no large crowds. In general, the place is really cozy, beautiful, nice music plays here, most of the plants are on the first floor near the canal, and then it's no longer natural everywhere, but there is still a lot of it. Because there are still trees, plantings on the street, here on the terrace, so yes, I like this place. We definitely advise you to visit it, because it is located in the very center of Gdańsk. Well, we are heading to the next location. Didn't have to go far. Immediately behind the Forum, on a hill, is the Biskupia Górka area, which we will now walk through. This is one of the oldest districts of Gdańsk. Each house here holds its own history. Therefore, this place is imbued with a special atmosphere. Yeah, the place is a bit creepy, lots of old and abandoned houses, lots of trash, lots of buildings being reconstructed, and yes, even the weather adds to such a gloomy atmosphere. Nevertheless, I think this place, that's what's great about it. I mean, this neighborhood is real, just the way it is, you know, and there is no embellishment here. Yes, this is not an old city, where there will be perfect facades, colorful buildings, and everything is built so clearly under the ruler. But here you can feel the history of the past of pre-war Gdańsk. If you want to see authentic Gdańsk, then you should definitely look here. Although this place is located near the old city, it is cut off from it by the main highway, so over the years this area has been neglected. Biskupia Górka includes 3 streets: Biskupia, Nastoku and Salvator. Like I said, it's creepy in places, even beautiful in places, but in general, if you plan to come here, in any case, come at a safe time, not at night. We will get to the next place by transport, which is well developed here. Yes, there is no metro like in Warsaw, but there are 4 types of transport: buses, trolleybuses, trams and SKM trains between the cities of Gdańsk, Sopot and Gdynia. And by the way, we will shoot a separate video about the last 2 ones, so subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. Strangely enough, the prices here are higher than in the capital city. A ticket with transfers for 75 minutes costs 5 zlotys, and unlimited one without transfers for 6 zlotys. Also, there are tickets for 24 hours and more. Their cost starts at 20 zlotys. It is comfortable to travel here by transport because at the stops there is a board with a schedule and it matches Google Maps, which is very important. By the way, at the stop there is no this board, but at the rest we saw it everywhere. While driving to the next location, let's teleport to another interesting place in Gdańsk. Polish Chopin Baltic Philharmonic is a very important place in the city and the whole country. Speaking of Chopin, I was reading his biography not too long ago and just happened to come across this book, forgetting that Chopin is directly related to Poland, where we are. This talented composer was a patriot of his country and at the same time a very melancholic person with a difficult character. But let's return to the Philharmonic. Its history began immediately after the Second World War and developed successfully. Already in 1949, the orchestra consisted of 81 members and was considered one of the best in Poland. Now the Philharmonic hosts various concerts and events. We came here just before New Year's Eve to hear Frank Sinatra's winter songs performed live.
On a cold winter's night, that was so deep. 54 convertible, night hot spoken. I've been an angel, such a baby. And lived on life I've traveled.
I hope you enjoyed the cultural moment, and now let's move on to science, and more specifically to Gdańsk Polytechnic University. The university is located in the transport heart of Gdańsk, from where you can reach any point in Tri-City. It is one of the best technical universities in Poland. There are many modern centers on the territory of the university campus. The most interesting of which is the Center of Nanotechnology. By the way, the university began to be built in the year 1900, but now the number of students at 9 faculties reaches 27,000 people, and more than 2,500 employees work here. It's great that this is an open area. There are no tent fences here, you can walk, look at how everything is arranged here, and this is the place where you want to learn. And finally, take a look at the beautiful architecture of this university town. Personally, it reminds me of Hogwarts. And now let's take a walk near the university, in the Brzezno district, the central district of the city, which combines tradition and modernity. The first mention of it dates back to the 13th century, so it is definitely a district with a long history. Some Wikipedia facts. Brzezno was included in Gdańsk only in 1814, and then in the 19th century wealthy citizens liked to relax here on their estates. And it was also in this area that one of the first city parks was founded in 1837. Well, how do you like this area? As for me, it's very atmospheric here, and if we compare it with Biskupia Górka, the area that we looked at before, then it's like heaven and earth. And it's very cool actually to walk around such non-tourist places just to feel the ordinary city life. On our way to the next location, we ended up in such a cute neighborhood called Oliva. As we realized, Gdańsk has a lot of interesting beautiful places where you can walk around and explore the area. And by the way, about skyscrapers. Yes, it turns out that there are skyscrapers in Gdańsk too, but there are not so many and they are far away from the center. We've come to Oliva Park. The park is open daily and admission is free. It looks like an ordinary park, but what's interesting about it? Let's go and find out. The first scene that catches the eye is the cleanliness of the park. You can see that it is cared for and there are plenty of water bodies, and by the way, we are here now in winter. I'm afraid to imagine how beautiful it is in summer. Also, it's already very green and cozy. The park as a whole is beautiful and we could stop here and finish this video, but we have compiled our top of the most interesting places in this park, where you should stop. The first place is the Palm House. It was founded in the 18th century as a botanical garden. Until October 20 and 21, the main exhibit of this house was a 180-year-old date palm, but unfortunately it died. The house in its former form was only opened in March 20 and 22 with 3 new date palms. Near the house you can see such a cozy, well-maintained area where you can walk around. The paths are very nice. Unfortunately, today the Palm House is not working. We can't go in there because it's Monday, but when you are here on another day of the week, you can go in. It's free. See for yourself, because unfortunately we couldn't choose another day to shoot. The second attraction is the acoustic shells, perfectly placed opposite each other. It is said that if two people stand with their backs to each other in these shells, you can speak in a whisper and hear the person you are talking to. When you are at this place, be sure to check it out. We checked it and it worked. You have to go right up to this little scene and just say something like this, whispering, and you will be heard from the other side. And the third place from our top is the Abbot's Palace. It consists of 2 parts, built in the 15th and 17th centuries. Now it is one of the branches of the National Museum in Gdańsk. During the warm season, the park hosts open-air concerts and festivals. For example, the International Mozart Festival takes place here in August. The city authorities constantly take care of this park, and as a result, it has become one of the best places in Gdańsk to relax from the hustle and bustle of the city. The third neighborhood of our list is Rydkowo. It is a district with wide beaches and relatively warm waters of the Gulf of Gdańsk. Not at this time of year, of course. And yes, you understand, we will not leave you without the sea. Well, of course, Gdańsk is about the sea, but we will come to it a little later. And now about the area. This place aroused the interest of vacationers back in the middle of the 19th century, when it was a fishing village. Now Rydkowo Beach is one of the best places for summer vacation in Gdańsk with a developed infrastructure. By the way, we have already managed to warm up in one place and have a coffee. And there is also the Litkowski Park, right next to the sea, where you can walk. Here are some shots from it. And hooray, the sea! We see it for the first time in Gdańsk. Of course, it is very beautiful. Seagulls fly, the place is bright, spacious, very wide beaches. Of course, it's cold, it's winter, but it's still very beautiful and atmospheric. While you are enjoying the sea and we are going to the next place, I will tell you some interesting facts about Gdańsk. Gdańsk is a major port city on the Baltic Sea. Shipbuilding and ship repair are most developed here. The population of Gdańsk in 2022 amounted to 457,000 people. As we have already noticed, in winter the climate here is quite mild, thanks to the Baltic Sea, so snow is a rarity. But the summer is cool, about 20-25 degrees. An important part of the city's economy is the extraction of amber, as most of its deposits are located on the Baltic Sea coast. As we walked 2 kilometers to the new place, I was convinced that the Baltic Sea really works as a heater in winter. I thought it would be cold here, there would be vines, and here is so warm. When I was in the city center, I was freezing there, and when we walked here, I just melted all over, warmed up. Walking on the sand is like walking on a carpet, even your feet are warm. All in all, it's amazing. The other side of the beach has such greenery, trees, and it feels like a wild beach, but it's not completely wild, of course. There is infrastructure here, there is a toilet, there are trash cans. By the way, there are a lot of exits to the beach, you just can't see them because they're behind the trees, so I fell in love with these beaches, and even Andrew and I wanted to come back here in the summer. Сейчас тебя клюнет, Андрей. Well, our last place is Brzezno pier, which is 136 meters long. Like many other sites in Gdańsk, the pier was badly damaged during World War II and was last restored in the 1990s. Also, it was originally opened in the 19th century. Now this place is the pearl of the resort part of Gdańsk, which is simply very pleasant to walk alone, even in winter. To summarize, I can say that Gdańsk is a very beautiful, bright, diverse city, including a resort part, where it's great to come both in winter and summer. And as you realized from the places in our video that we walked around, everyone can find something on their own here. Thank you for being with us and watching this video to the end. Let me know if you enjoyed our journey together and learned something new, or if you just enjoyed the atmosphere of the beautiful Polish city Gdańsk. See you soon in the next video. Bye!